So I decided to make vanilla extract, and I'm in the middle of it, so I'm just gonna bring you guys right in. Okay, so I've had this. I use Maker's Mark bourbon, and I made this vanilla extract back on March 25th, 2023. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the vanilla beans that's out of here, and I'm gonna dry it, and then I'm going to pulverize it and make vanilla sugar out of it. So I saw that's one of the things I can do online, because I think I've used up all the vanilla in there. I've added beans in there for the last couple years, but it just gets diluted every time I add more of like the bourbon in it. So I decided I'm gonna just go ahead and so I'm taking these bean pots. These are grade B bean pots that I found, or my sister-in-law found on Amazon, and I'm just going to just add on to my, so I'm splitting it down the middle, and I found that the best way to get the vanilla bean out is to scrape your just knife through the opening, and then you get a little bit of that. And then with these, I'm just going to cut in half, the ones that I've already done, and then I'm just going to stick it in this jar. You can smell the difference in your vanilla extract when you make it at home, as opposed to the stuff that we buy in the stores. So I just love smelling it. It just smells so good. For some reason this one doesn't want to split. I'll do that later. So I don't know if it's actually really cheap or not, but if you read the back of the vanilla extract stuff, it says that there's added water, and it's just fun making your own stuff, and it really does change the flavor. Most of the store-bought ones are made from vodka, and I find that using this bourbon actually, it gosh, just the smell difference is amazing. So I guess just use what alcohol choice of alcohol you want to use, and then go from there. So I got it all in here. I'm using half-gallon mason jar. I know that's big, but I already had it sterilized and everything, so I just decided I'll just do that. I can transfer it later next time I decide to do a canning project. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pour this vanilla extract in here, and then there's a ton of bean pods in here, so just got to figure out how to dry them. I guess I can, I don't know, put it in my dehydrator. Not sure if I can just stick this in here or not. So what you want to do is make sure that the beans are completely submerged in the alcohol, and then like at least once a week go in and just shake it around so you can get just it mixed up. When you first start doing this, I didn't touch this vanilla extract for about 3 months, but they said that the best flavor is at 1 year. I think I waited until like 6 months to actually use it, but you will definitely just, I mean, the wonderful smell that comes out of this is just, it's out of this world. So I think that's about all that I can get out of here. And look at the bits of vanilla bean down right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. I'll just use a mason jar lid with a tight lid, so that it's almost just sealed shut, and just put it in a dark place, and then be good to go. Okay, so it told me to do, I can do it in the dehydrator, so since I have one, I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. Let's not cut myself while I'm doing this. All right. So let's see how much of a challenge it will be to get this out. It will come out. So don't make the same mistake I did. Just start it off in a jar. In a mason jar that has a big mouth in it. That's a lot of beans. Okay, and then look at all that goodness in there. Actually, is that goodness or is that, what is that? Alright. And then that vanilla bean, I'll just get some of the alcohol that I put in the new one. Alright, I'm just gonna stick these on here. Hopefully I have none to fall through, because that would be no good. Alright, and it says to dehydrate at 135 for 12 to 24 or 12 to 24 hours until it snaps off and it's brittle, and then I pulverize it and add sugar to it. So we'll come back for that video once this is dried. Hey guys, so I made a huge error in videoing. I forgot to hit the record button. And who forgets to hit the record button when you're trying to make a YouTube video? I did. Right here, I did. So, anyways, what I ended up doing was, instead of using I have a coffee grinder, a used coffee grinder that I retired to use to grind up spices. And so it's this little tiny thing, and I tried to grind up the coffee bean in it, and it didn't work. I guess it's not strong enough. So I ended up getting out my Blendtec, and I put all the beans in it at once, and then I just set it on high, and I went ahead and just blended it, and I did it in 3 different steps, or not steps, but 3 different times. Set it on high for about, I don't know, 25 seconds, and then I scraped down all the powder that was on the side. Did it for another 25-30 seconds, and then did a 3rd time until I got the consistency that I wanted. And it came out like this, and it's pretty fine. And then what I did was, and it smells really good, what I did was, Google told me to put 2 cups of sugar with 1 teaspoon of vanilla powder, and I put it in a quart-sized jar, and I just mix it up. And then you see how beautiful it came out. You can see all these little vanilla bean specks in it. I can't wait to try this. I'm going to come back in a week and do a smell test and see what it smells like. Hey, it's been 1 week since we made our vanilla sugar. The original recipe that I did was 2 cups of just regular white sugar with 2 teaspoons of the grinded vanilla beans. And I did end up adding 1 more teaspoon of grinded vanilla beans just because I didn't think it was as strong as it should have been. The review. I used this vanilla bean sugar in my coffee all weekend long. It was so good. However, the only thing I have to say is that when you get to the bottom of your mug, you're going to have the specks of vanilla bean at the bottom because it doesn't dissipate, it doesn't dissolve. So it's not very pleasant to drink. It's no bueno. However, a fix that I have for that is if you grind up your own coffee, or if you buy grinded coffee at the store, go ahead and add just a little bit of this when you're making your coffee. So I do a pour over method, so I will do that next time so that it will be a vanilla infused coffee. And then as far as doing baked goods, I made a cake with this. So instead of using the extract, well, actually I made cake with this instead, not the vanilla sugar. So with the leftover vanilla bean, or the powder that I made, I went ahead and swapped out the liquid extract to this, and I made a hot milk cake. And my 15-year-old daughter said that it was the best cake that she has ever had. And she's only 15, but she's very, very picky about the things that she likes. And the only thing different I did with the recipe was this. So it was, the cake was beautiful just because it had specks of the vanilla bean, and it tasted fabulous. So I highly recommend, if you get a chance to make your own extract and then you have the leftover beans, go ahead and make your own powder. If you want to make your own vanilla bean powder, just buy fresh vanilla beans and then dehydrate it. Or actually, first I think you have to scoop out your beans, and you can actually use that to make your vanilla sugar, and it'll probably be more intense. But I have to look into that more. But I really don't think I'll be buying vanilla beans just to make this. This is just leftover, and I didn't have to use or spend any more money to buy vanilla beans to make this. So I hope you guys make it, and I hope you enjoy it as much as we do. Until next time, I'll see you then. Bye.